Stupid logo. Yeah, that's better. You can get it. Marvelous.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel, y'all. And look. This past weekend, we have official confirmation UP Luffy is now spinning the block. UP Luffy is now fucking everybody's bitch. UP Luffy is now officially the best deck in the format, and that's a fact, not an opinion. Yes, you heard me right. We've been telling you guys for the past 2 months, the only ones in the streets telling you guys the truth. UP Luffy, if you are a shice-ass pilot, it's pretty much not even debatable on which is the best deck or what is the best deck of the format. But nonetheless, my boy Paul Bulbasaur blessed the streets. You guys see it on the screen right here. He blessed the streets. You already know what's coming. We've done this before. We're going to go over all of the top 16 decks that was featured in this online tournament that did take place yesterday. This tournament did host, I think it was online, but it was 512 players, like you guys see at the bottom, by Paul Bulbasaur. So bless up. You know, if he does comment, make sure you run up those likes. But let's go over this pie chart. We have 4 UP Luffys, we have 3 Bonnies, we have 2 Zoros, we have 2 Calgaras. That's looking real cold. We have one, the biggest fraud of them all, OP12 Crayola.
What the hell?
This is actually insane. I don't know how, you know, it ended up coming out in this pie chart. I don't know who they paid off, but we do have one black yellow Crayola. I mean, remember when everybody said that was the best deck in the streets? Absolute frauds, pathetic, can never be me.
Nope.
OP09 Blackbeard, we have OP12 Rayleigh, we have 1 Shanks and 1 STO or ST21 Luffy. And we actually have the deck list for every single one. These are all the you know, people that won. You know, I'm not gonna sit up here and get on my knees and glaze and oh my god they topped. I'm not some of these other you know, some of these other idiots in the street. So let's just go ahead and get straight into it. First off, the very first one we are gonna go over is the first place list, which is UP Luffy. What a surprise! UP Luffy is coming up, taking it all. And I'm gonna be honest with you, this deck pretty much looks the same. I don't really see anything different. They're starting to run this Rosante right here. Are they running the Doflamingo? Don't even look like they're running Doflamingo. It looks like this is just still a staple, but like I said, as long as Gum Giant is in the game, as long as you can rest blockers, as long as you can reorder life, you have the Bond Clay right here, just being able to copy any character's power on the board is very look, you're gonna be in for a good time, and also you're gonna be in for a good time if you're able to really spin with this Sanji late game. The biggest thing about this deck is that once it gets to in-game, this is the best in-game grinding type of deck. So you know, that's the reason why I told you, once this deck is figured out, if you're a shy status pilot, this becomes the best deck. And I know a lot of people don't want to see it, but don't worry, you guys have Ebu to worry about. This, look, Ebu's literally a UP Luffy 2.0, so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. Second place, we have Jimmy Shi. This looks like the same exact deck. I don't really see anything different. He is running a couple things that's different, like White Snake right here. One Pudding. This actually kind of looks exactly the same. We're not going to waste any more time, but this did come in second place. In third place, wow, look at the diversity. You love to see it. Another UP Luffy lift from Oliver Griffith. Sanji, we have Buggy D Luffy, Draco B-Hawk, Sanji, we have this Usopp, we have the Rosante, we have the Nami. Everything else is still the same. Like I said, we already talked about this deck already. Let's go ahead and continue to see what other sauce we have. We actually have the biggest fraud herself. I remember when this deck was first announced, everybody was saying, oh my god,
this is the best deck ever. Buy your staples now. Buy it now. Make sure you use my link, guys. That's what everybody was saying.
It's the best. Love it.
looking like fucking idiots in the streets. Could never be me. Imagine hyping up a fake deck so I could get a sale on TCG Player. That could never be me. It just couldn't be me. But anyway, let's go ahead and go straight over this deck. If you guys are wondering what was the staple glue of this deck, is this particular Nico Robert right here. You get this on board on top of this Monkey D Dragon with the Sabo. How many of the Sabo he is playing? Is he playing the big Sabo? I don't see the big Sabo. Where's the big Sabo? I don't think he's playing Sabo. Yeah, he's not even playing Sabo. Usually most decks I've seen run this deck, they usually run this particular Monkey D Dragon and a newer Sabo. Maybe I'm thinking of RB Sabo. I don't know. I just know this is the staple glue of this deck, of these two cards right here. Also with the Kuma as well. It's really these three cards. Kuma, Dragon, and also Nico Robin. He has some board removal with this Nami. He has some board removal. I guess these are just techs he's running, because he's running 4 for the board removal, but he is also running 1 of the Katakuri, 1 Sabo, and 2 Ace. A lot of people actually fell off this Ace in the past couple of months. This particular art is literally only $15, $20. It used to be like $40, $50. So it just shows you how many people aren't playing it. He's also playing the Black Vertex. And yeah, this deck, I'm surprised that it's even here. I don't know how you ended up here. I don't know what you did. You must have had the run of your life. I'm surprised you didn't win. But the biggest fraud of OP12 actually showed up. I can't believe it. I need to go wash my eyes out with bleach after seeing this. Actually insane. Let's go to get straight to the next deck, which is Bonnie. We have Cavendish. We have Rosie, Hody. Look, we're not going to keep going over a lot of these older decks. I feel like I'm starting to become, you know, the radio. You just keep playing the same song every 10 to 15 minutes. You're wondering when you're going to get a sniff of the new song, and once again, they just play the same thing over and over again. I mean, this is pretty much what this video is starting to turn into. Bonnie, we're not going to go over it. We'll go over it briefly. Ending out games with Hody Jones, locking down things with Carrot, and also the Kid, blockering up with Uraj, protection with Tashigi. This is one of the main staples out of OP12, is this particular Mihawk, locking down the field with this Doflamingo as well, and also ending off games with this Shanks with some board removal, and also this Zoro. I'm a big fan of this Zoro, and you guys can never forget Cavendish. You guys, this is the staple glue of any green deck. So Bonnie's been doing Bonnie things. It's just literally, this deck isn't really for her archetype. It's literally just playing the best green cards in the game. That's pretty much what this deck is. No synergy with her actual type. Just play the most broken shit and spin. That's exactly what it is. Next deck we have right here is Blackbeard. Blackbeard still has not changed since OP9. The only thing that has changed from OP10 is this particular Kuzan. This is the staple glue of your deck. Just what you get, you guys. The staple glue of this deck is Kuzan. You're gonna go into this Kuzan and they leave it on board and bring out the Jesus Burger. So you're gonna end up bringing out the Van Augur. Where is it? Right here, the Van Augur. Those are usually your 2 targets, but majority of the time you bring out the Burgers. Free summons, a board removal with the structure deck, Blackbeard, Laboon. He's actually running 4 Laboon, which is crazy. He's running 4 Caribou. I'm telling you, everybody's on this Black Vortex, which is really, really nice. He's actually running 2 of the brand new Kuzan as well. First time I've actually seen a Blackbeard player play this, and also this Charla, what's her name? This Devin card. Just being able to be a blocker, a rusher, or banish. Really shice in my personal opinion. And yeah, just really nothing else to really say about Blackbeard. If you guys like floodgate decks that don't let your opponent play, this is the deck for you. And just know, if you play this deck, I'm gonna just look at you as if you are Blackbeard. Cringe as fuck. Cringe as fuck. I'd rather play rocks. My turn. It's not my turn. I said my turn like I'm playing the game. I'm sorry. We would never play the game because this is a red deck. You guys already know what it is. YGOD. Yellow Gagar die. YGOD. Shout out to all my delinquents. Hey, look, you guys already know what the streets is hitting for, bro. We would never switch up on the gang, and that's a fact, not an opinion. But nonetheless, let's go over Red Rayleigh. This is the best red deck in the game, and that's a fact, not an opinion. The biggest thing about this deck and the staple of glue is this Monkey D Luffy. If you guys can establish two or three of these on the board, you're going to be in for a good time. Just being able to abuse this Sanjay on your opponent's turn and also on your turn, whether you'll get a draw or an extra 6,000 attack, cannot be beat. These are all the events. You know, he's also running this quick in-game Zoro right here. He's running some border removal of the Gum Mole pistol. He's having some type of protection with counter power with this radical beam. And yeah, that's just about it. If you guys do like playing red decks, especially if you guys are a red fan where you just like to rush the board, you don't really care for power manipulation or anything like that, this is the deck for you. This is the Zoro placement. And yeah, tap in, bro. This deck is going to still pretty decent in the OP13 as well. So let's go into another Bonnie, and I'm gonna be real with you, we're not going over this, bro. We just went over it. The only thing that changed is the arts. He is playing, actually, it doesn't really seem like he's playing anything truly different. The only thing different is really the art. In this particular picture is nothing but alternate arts. He actually is running the one Bonnie, but this deck is pretty much solved. If you guys want to play it, there's so many lists out there, just go ahead and play it. But congratulations, you Fing. Next deck we have right here is the most brain deck of the format. It is Green Zoro. Not surprising. I mean, brain dead players gonna play brain decks. It just is what it is. If you don't want to think, you just want to sit there and play Blue Eyes White Dragon every single turn and attack the life and attack body like we're playing 2002 Yu-Gi-Oh! This is the deck for you. Zoro, so many people's talked about it. So many people's already discussed this. There's nothing really different. This really looks like a little cut and dry version of this deck with the Restand Zoro, the Tashigi, the Mihawk. He is playing this one Zoro right here, which is actually very surprising. But outside of that, I mean, this deck is pretty much solved, bro. The staple and glue of this particular deck is this Mihawk, and it's also this Kuna, and also Tashigi. Where is he not playing Tashigi? Oh, Tashigi's right here. It's just a different art. So these are the three. Actually, it's really these four cards right here. These are our four most important cards right here. Surprisingly enough, they're all right next to each other. On top of this searcher, I've seen some people literally get rid of their whole hand so they can just keep this Hiyori on the board. I mean, tell me they're a simp without telling me you're a simp. Drop your whole hand for this girl? Absolutely fucking not. Let's go to get straight into this next deck list, which is ST21 Luffy. Now, this is what I like the streets do. Cook up something new. No more net decking. And yeah, this is what I like to see, man. I've always been a fan of any deck that has the Gear 5 art, and you know, I don't really see too many people on this deck, surprisingly enough, but I'm glad to see it now. You have some wrestling capabilities with this Monkey D. Luffy, ending off games with the Dragon, the Gold D. Roger, and also the Monkey D. Luffy right here, and also the Kid. Blockering up with the Sanji, having the good shice-ass combo of this particular structured deck. Zoro cannot be beat. Having some searching with these you know, these one drops up here, and ending off games with this unblockable. Usually when you summon this, it gives any of these Straw Hat cards or Straw Hat type characters unblockable, and you pretty much blow past the opponent, and that's a fact, not an opinion. If you guys are a fan of red decks, this is also block 3. If you guys are a fan of red decks that's not Silver Israeli, this is a very good deck. You just have to be a skill pilot. Look, stop being fucking lazy and put some work in so we can see some more diversity in the format, such as what Andrew Crisp did. That's why his last name is Crisp, because he got this crispy ass list for the streets, and that's a fact, not an opinion. Getting top 16. Next deck we have right here is Calgera. I am loving the fact Calgera is here. This is one of my favorite yellow decks to see. We have the Nolan. This is the staple glue of this deck, as this Norland and this Calgera. This replenishes life. This just establishes a big body on your board with the leader effect. Having the Ohm Holy combo right here has always been a staple in this particular deck. Board removal with this Zeus. The biggest thing about this deck is that it has a hard time with board removal, and Zeus is your only way of board removal as well, just being able to kill a 5-drop or lower. That's the biggest thing about yellow. That's why we need Rego back. The fact that they didn't bring back Rego and UP Luffy is still #1 just shows you who the hell is in the department for the balance team. For Bandai. Yeah, I know, it's pretty pathetic. You might look, they pretty much just have clowns running in there, running with the band department, because this is not it, man. We need Rego back, and this is one of those decks that truthfully just needs some type of bigger board removal. Ending off game with the Ace, you know, establishing big bodies with this Kuma. The fact that this card is even $40 a pop still blows my mind. Anel, I'm surprised he's actually running this. A lot of people stopped running this Anel in this particular deck, but it has the same archetype as Calgera, so I'm actually surprised Hayden actually did this well. Congratulations to you, Hayden. If you guys are a YGOD member, This looks pretty good. The only thing I would change up is probably just add another ace. I like running at least 2 yellow aces, 5-drop aces, ends off games for me personally. But besides that, this deck looks pretty solid, man. Go ahead and pick it up, try it out, tell me how you guys do. Next deck we have right here is this Zoro, and I'm gonna be real with you, we're not gonna go over this. You guys can just take a look if you guys really want to see what the ratios are, what card that he's using. Just go ahead and pause the video, but I'm not sitting here wasting my time, so just pause that shit. And yeah, that's pretty much the top. Oh no, this is top 16. I think this is the 16th deck. It doesn't have the numbers on here, unfortunately, but I'm pretty sure this is the last deck we are going to show you guys, or what Paul has blessed the streets with. And like I showed you guys with all the other purple Luffy decks, it's pretty much the same. The only thing that's different is like certain tech spots, flex spots, such as this OP09 Luffy. Sometimes they run it, sometimes they don't. She's actually running the Kairos. This deck actually looks kind of different compared to what we saw originally. But yeah, y'all, UP Luffy, definitely put in that work. Actually, we still got Shanks, so we still have Shanks. Look, like I said, these aren't numbered, so we're just gonna keep on hitting that right key until we can't go no more. We look at this red Shanks. This is probably the best overall red deck out there. If you guys want a little bit of rushing, a little bit of board removal with the power reduction, this is the deck for you. But you got some board removal with this Whitebeard, probably the best art in the game, one of the best arts in my game. Board removal with this Ben Beckman right here. Board removal with this Marco. Board removal with this Shanks. Board removal, yeah, this is a heavy board removal-esque deck. Board removal with this Silver's Rally. This is your big boss monster right here. He is not running the Gold D Roger, which is surprising. He's running 2 Divine Departures. He's running Structure Deck Shanks. And yeah, this is just a steady, good red, just overall deck. If you guys like a little bit of board removal, a little bit of rushing, this is the deck for you. And yeah, go ahead, pick it up. Tell me how it is. I haven't really seen too many people play Shanks, so you know, if this thing is actually still working and this just wasn't a fluke, just let me know. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. Next deck we have right here is another Calgera list. When we're taking a look at this Calgera list, we have 4 Zeus. This deck actually looks pretty similar. Only thing that's different is that instead of running the 1 Enel, he's actually running just the 4 Kuma instead, which is very impressive. Look, Yellow Calgera already did a deep dive and talked about this deck. Let's go ahead and get straight to our next deck here, which is actually the last deck we're gonna go over. So these are all the top decks. Yeah, I'm just surprised. Actually, I'm not really surprised. I told you guys, once this deck is solved and figured out, UP Luffy is going to be the best deck. And when we actually look at the top right, champion UP Luffy, runner-up UP Luffy, top 4 UP Luffy, and we actually have a top 16 UP Luffy right here. So this is actually not surprising. Yeah, that's all I got. Tell me below what you guys think of UP Luffy now becoming officially the #1 deck in the format. That's all I got. Tell me below what you think. And yeah, that's all I got. But look, before I go, if you're still in the vibes, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll go.